Hello everybody, today we have a review of the CP Goggle sweatshirt. Now I have personally worn this for a few years now, but I just thought this is one of my favourite items and I thought I'd give a quick review. Now before we do get into the video, could you please subscribe to the channel? I very much appreciate all of your support, and if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like. Also leave a comment if there's anything else you want me to review, for example this tech fleece. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay guys, you all know the drill. As with all my other videos, I have put the hoodie on so I can show you the features a bit better, and surprisingly, unlike my Sun Island video that I did a few weeks ago, there's actually quite a lot of features to go through. I'll just start with a little bit of a disclaimer that this is an older season. The newer ones are slightly different, like for example, like the position of the Streetwear logo and everything is a bit different, but I just want to go over the general feature of this item. For reference like this video, this is size large, and if you have watched my previous videos, you know that I often wear medium. So my recommendation off the bat is if you're getting anything CP, always size up at least one size. So if you're medium, get a large. If you're a large, get an extra large. If you're a small, get a medium. But even with the jackets, I quite often find myself wearing XLs, which if I wore an extra large in something like a Canada Goose or a North Face or a Nike jacket, for example, it would be massive. But in CP, they just seem size so small. So that's my recommendation. This one in particular is in black. All of them are 100% cotton, which is amazing. That is like one thing that I really like about a lot of the CP items. I really do take pride in giving high quality items to the customers, and yeah, 100% cotton. It's awesome. It's super soft. It's super comfortable, and it washes really well. And I've had this for a while, and I know some of the other colours, like I've had a blue one in the past and that really faded to a purple, but this black has really lasted quite well. So if you're thinking about longevity, I would say that it is quite good, but avoid maybe the lighter colours because they probably do fade and stain a lot worse. With that being said, one thing I really love about the CP range is there is so many different colours to choose from. So if you're into colourful clothing, this could be the item for you. Okay, so let's dive straight into the features. Now, probably the most important thing about a hoodie, other than it keeping you warm, is the pockets, in my opinion, because it's just nice to throw things in there. So there is actually 4 on this item. So there's 2 on the inside and 2 on the outside. Now, I'll start with the external pockets and I'll show you the ones on the inside. It's worth noting they are actually zipping closure. And if I come close to the camera, I can show you that it is a YKK zipper. And that is something you find with a lot of these luxury brands. They often use a YKK, and I love it because they are just super good quality. I've never had one break on me in all the items I've had. That's not to say they won't break, but in my experience, they've been really, really good. Okay, so there's not too much I can actually say about the pockets, apart from they're great for your hands. It is just the same 100% cotton material as the rest of the jacket. But on this model, in here is actually the Surty logo and the sizing and everything. So we've got the Surty logo here, and then size large, as you can see, and a bit of information and care of how to look after the jacket. Now, I am actually aware on the newest generation of this, the labels are actually inside about here-ish. They're just stitched where I have this little white tab, which again, actually in mine shows you the size. But yeah, just where that is where the Surty logos are. So if you're buying one of these second hand and you reach in the pocket and the logo's out there and you're thinking it's fake, just double check in here in case you've got lucky and got a newer one. While we have the jacket unzipped, we'll show you the inside pocket. So there's one on this side and one on this side, both identical. A good size, you could easily get a beanie or some gloves in there or whatever else you might want to put in there. Another thing I can show you while the jacket is unzipped is the actual zip on the front. So again, it's YKK, and as with all CP jackets, it comes with this big long tag, which is all nicely bowed together when you first get it, but as soon as you wash it, it all comes undone, but it does have the CP branding on it there. And then, as with all the other zips, it is a YKK. Right, let's get a little sound check on the zipper if you can hear it. Nice, so I just got the jacket zipped up again, and I'm going to show you the feature on the sleeves actually. So on this model, again, with the ones that are like 10 years old, it doesn't have this, but the newer models do. So on both sides, there's just, you can just pop your thumb through there and thumb through there. And this is not personally how I would choose to wear my hoodies, but it is nice if it's the colder days, you can just get that little bit of extra warmth for your wrists and the lower part of your hands. Okay, so a little bit of a bonus feature that's not very obvious about this hoodie is the bottom hem here is really thick and heavy, and I love it. I've not had another hoodie that is quite like this. Like, it's super soft and heavy. I actually don't know how to describe it to you, apart from it's just thicker than the rest of the item. Towards the back, it has like a nice rib effect, which does pull the jacket in a bit, but it's not extreme, so it's like super tight and rides high, like if you was wearing a bomber jacket. So that is actually one of my favourite features of this hoodie, and it is not spoken about anywhere on the website. Alright, so another important feature when you're buying a hoodie is the toggles, and these toggles do not disappoint. So obviously they're wrapped around the hoodie and you can tighten it up a bit. On the end, they are they do have metal little crimps on them. That is really good, and I'm not fearful of them coming off. As you probably know, if you've got the plastic little crimps on the end, they end up falling off over time, or if you chew them, if you're the sort of person who chews your toggles, I am not, but if you do, you just chew them and they come off. Whereas the metal ones, they're probably a little bit more resistant, they go through the wash a lot of times, and also the bit of extra weight does feel quite premium and some good quality there. Okay, let's talk about the fit then. I did speak about the start of the video, but I just want to go into it in a bit more detail. As you know, I picked size large when I'm normally at a medium, and I would say this size fits me absolutely perfectly. I have tried this in an extra large before, and it just feels a little bit too baggy. I prefer my clothes to be slim fitting, but if I got my normal size, it just feels really tight and I find it quite stuffy, and I'm just not a fan. If you put your arms out, if you get the size that you normally would be, I find they just ride up so much and it's not ideal. But yeah, the actual fit of this, amazing. So just size up once and I'm sure you'll be pretty happy. But obviously, the best thing to do, as I recommend all the time in the comment, is go to a store, try them on, check out the sizing guide on CP, and just get a feel for what you want. Sizing up is just my personal opinion and preference. Yeah, it's up to you to decide what you want. Alright, so as with all of my videos as well, I'm just going to show you a side profile and then from the rear as well. Here's the side. Here's it from behind. The other side. And that's the front. Alright, let's talk about the hood then, since that is the most iconic part of this jacket. It is worth noting, you can buy this exact item, but instead of having the goggle hood on the back, you can have a lens there, which is quite nice. It's a bit more sophisticated, but I do like the classic look, having the CP company lenses. For this next part of the video, I'll just pop the hood up so I can show you the two ways you can choose to wear it. Okay, so this is how I would personally choose to wear it. Just the goggles on the top, just a bit of ear protection. It is a very nice hood. I do like that it don't come really far over your face. The weight of the goggles kind of keeps it on your head. I don't know what it's actually like on the lens model, but on this one, it is great. I do love it. You can flip the goggles down, and there's some poppers here, which I will show you close to the camera shortly. And then you can just pop that in there, and pop that in there. And if you really wish, you can wear it like this, but honestly, I do not see many people walking around town like this, to be honest, but it is a feature. If you were wondering, if you've never had CP before, yes, these goggles are transparent and I can see my camera perfectly. And then when you finish with them, you can just pop them back into place using the poppers on the hood there. Awesome. Alright, I've just taken the hoodie off so I can show you the popper system and how you can remove the lenses and everything. But before I do that, I will just show you as well. On the inside of the jacket, we have the CP company logo there stitched in. That is a classic staple of all CP items. The popper system then, as you can see, there's a popper here. There's a popper here, so that's 2. And then 3. And if I unpop it here, that's 4, right? So that's kind of how it is. And then you can just pop it up to those ones if you want to have the hood on top, or if you want to wear it down, they pop inside like that. You can remove the goggles just like that, and then it's got this like stretchy material, and then they just kind of pop back into place. So you can also swap these around, so you can see the branding is on the left goggle there, but when you flip them over, obviously you can't see the branding anymore. So you can interchange these two, so then when you do flip them, you can see this logo, like you can flip it backwards basically, and then you'll be able to see it. Amazing. I hope you all enjoyed that review. If you did, please drop a like on this video, and if you've not already, subscribe to the channel. Also, you can turn notifications on to see when I upload if you're interested in seeing more reviews like this. If you do have any questions of this item or anything you want to see in the future, please, as always, leave it in the comments and I'll do my best to try and respond to everybody. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.